Esther's calling is revealed at a certain period of her life. Now let's go into the word and find out how this calling began to unravel in the life of Esther. And then you'll begin to look at your own life. How can the calling of God begin to unravel in your life? How can the manifestation of this calling upon your life, this God-given calling that nobody can steal from you, how is it revealed in your life? Esther chapter 2 verse 8 to 11. It says, "So it came to pass, when the king's commandment and his decree was heard, and when many maidens were gathered together unto Shushan the palace, to the custody of Haggai, that Esther was brought also unto the king's house, to the custody of Haggai, the keeper of the women. And the maiden pleased him, and she obtained kindness of him, and he speedily gave her things for purification, which with such things as belonged to her, and 7 maidens which were meet to be given to her out of the king's house, and he preferred her and her maids unto the best place of the house of women. Esther had not shewed her people nor her kindred, for Mordecai had charged her that she should not shew it. And Mordecai walked every day before the court of the woman's house to know how Esther did and what should become of her." The Bible is telling us that Esther is brought unto the king's house. Esther is brought unto the king's house. Number one, what reveals your calling? 100%. What always reveals your calling is your environment. Your environment reveals what you're called to do. Your environment will reveal what God has ordained for you to do. Esther is taken to a palace. What is a palace? Who stays in a palace? What kind of people are in a palace? What is the role of the people in the palace? What is the role of a palace? What does a palace look like? What is a palace emblem? These are questions that you can ask in your personal life as you look at your environment. Esther is taken to a palace. In a palace, we find leaders that rule a kingdom. In a palace, you'll find leaders that rule a kingdom. In a palace, you also find people that work towards the vision of the leaders that rule the kingdom. Now, the leader at that time is King Ahasuerus. He is the leader. He is the emperor of this place. He is the monarch. And so, when you are taken into a palace, these are questions that you ask. Why am I here? When you start a new job, why am I here? Are you just in a new job to get by financially? Are you just in a new job to kind of test out how things work? Are you on a journey to reach a destination, or are you just getting by? What are you doing in the church that you are in? How does the church that you are in reveal your calling? Because sometimes you're in a church, but the leaders can become envious. The leaders can become jealous. Sometimes you can be in a church that stifles your gifts. Sometimes you can be in a church that edifies your gifts. Sometimes you can be in church and you are confused about who you are. It causes a lot of confusion. It's like you are walking with a cloud over your head. Sometimes you can be in church and you begin to have sudden clarity about what you need to do for God's kingdom. So ask yourself, this environment that I am in, what do we do here? Where are we going? What is the purpose of where I am right now? And your environment can also be your friends. Your friends, that's an environment. Where are my friends going in life? The Bible is telling us that there are maids that are taken into the palace. So it's not just Esther alone, but there are women that are candidates for the same role. Your friends are candidates to a vision and a calling. And that vision that your friends have, the calling that they have, is also an indication of yours. If Esther was to look at those maids and have conversations, she would discover why they are there in the palace. Why are they in the palace? Some may say, I don't know, I was just taken here. I'm confused. Some may say, I am going to be queen because I'm the most beautiful here. I'm going to be queen because I was trained by so and so. So sometimes in life, you will meet friends that know who they are, or you will meet friends that are confused about who they are. It's very important that you know your environment. Our environment will reveal our callings. Sometimes you're in an environment that is too small for your calling. This is why Esther is taken away from Mordecai's roof and house. She is transferred from her uncle's house into a palace because the role that she has to carry in this season of her life, the calling that she has to be revealed in a space that is conducive for it. And so she has to go in the palace.